All right, yeah, we'll do cartoon. Let's go for it. All right. So, he's got kind of like almost kind of like a pill body shape, doesn't he? So, let's do like a stretched out oval, kind of like a capsule. I'm drawing my scorpion pretty big compared to the picture. But you decide what you want to do. It's just going to make it a lot easier for me to shade it and add my details. We call this an action line. When you kind of, let's even put this right next to each other. There we go. I curved my tail up and around a little more. I kind of want to make him look a little more tense in the picture here. You see how his tail's really relaxed here? You get to decide how you want to do his tail. Like, do you want it curled and ready to strike, kind of like what I'm doing? Do you want it more relaxed? Your art, your choice. And I'm kind of using rounded triangles. I'm gonna follow this line that I've made. I'm going to try to keep that line in the middle of each triangle so I can do the layers of my tail, my chitin, or whatever you call it, the exoskeleton here. It's kind of like a shrimp body, those little layers. Now, this picture didn't really do a very good job on the stinger, right? So for this stinger, I'm going to use a stretched out triangle with a little bit of a curve to it. And then right on the end piece, there's supposed to be a circle with a little thorn or a barb sticking off of it. But this picture doesn't really capture that very well. It's really hard to see. So feel free to use my drawing as what do you call it? A reference. Because yeah, they have like that little circle there. It's almost kind of like a little hinge where they can move the barb up and down. You got two sets of what is it? Quadruped legs here. So let's kind of put those in, and you get to decide where they're going to be bent. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to use a series of, what do you call them here? Your 90-degree angles. Just like little 90-degree angles here. And it seems their back legs are a little bit longer and stronger. So I would draw the back leg a little bit larger. And as you get forward towards the, what is it? The palps, these little hooks here, they get a little bit smaller. These back legs, I'm going to draw like little triangles. You know why? Because they're halfway covered by your little scorpion's body. And in fact, it's really hard to see this leg over here. So I just used a bunch of 90-degree angles to kind of get that. Perfect. Now their legs kind of remind me, I don't know if you've ever seen like frog legs, like the kind of really skinny, kind of stringy legs, but they kind of have that. We got like a circle, an oval, a circle, and then an oval. And I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see better. There we go. So I'm just going to outline my 90-degree angles here. Not going to really worry too much about the fact that I have a guideline in the middle because we're going to add ink or shading over that, right? If you are using pencil though and you're not using ink, then you might want to lighten up the line in the middle. or else that line's going to peep up through your shadow. Because I know some of my students just use pencil. So if you're just using pencil, then yes, get rid of those guidelines. If you're using ink, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Because the ink will literally, we could literally just erase over the entire piece when we're done and it all disappears. But I keep forgetting some of my students use just pencil, which is okay too. These back legs are going to look a little bit smaller than the other legs because they are further away. Just keep that in mind. If we're doing a sense of realism today, we got to take into atmospheric perspective and create a sense of space using size. The little scorpion has really tiny eyes, so I wouldn't worry too much about getting super, super detailed with the eyes. But what I would recommend is, let's see what we got here, kind of, doing a little bit of a rounded triangle. We want that shrimp look, remember? And the shrimp kind of has layers of chitin. I'd use like maybe little curved triangles for the eyeballs, maybe. Their eyes are really tiny. And they got these little pincher things, okay, on the end. I've always thought it's easier to kind of draw these in using little baby 90-degree angles. So it almost looks like you're kind of almost drawing a square here, but you're leaving this side of the square open so your pinchers can go open and shut. And feel free to thicken those pinchers because that's what they bite with. So feel free to give those pinchers some thickness, so to speak. I'm doing this part. It might be a more accurate version might be a stretched out angle. A little bit of an obtuse angle. Go in at a diagonal towards your eye. And then kind of make a little bit more than 90 degree, right? And then a very small diagonal. And then a curve. It's this part here. But because our dude has like an exo really hard skeleton that's made out of like plates of shell-like material, we got to be really careful about not making this too curved here. We got to be really careful about that. So here's the arm, a little triangle for your armpit right here. And then a really bigger triangle for this part. A circle for this part. And the claw. We got to do the claw. All right. So the claw is kind of like two kind of curved looking triangles, right? Right? And you're right. We are going to have to erase the inside here when we're ready. But I'm going to pause and you let me know when you are ready for me to erase it. So that way you have sort of like a shape guide or key to look at before I continue. It's a baby triangle, mama triangle, daddy circle. Really big. Perfect. All right, I'm going to clean it up so you can see it better. These things are just so darn creepy. I love it. All right, I'm going to clean up my line. So I don't know about you, but I kind of just scratch those in there, right? we go. So these are called pedipalps. They're like the little things that they crunch onto. So all right, so we're gonna do pedipalp number 2, but this pedipalp here is gonna be a little bit smaller than your first one because it's further back. So let me zoom out. There we go. All right, and it looks like you got a slight diagonal coming out from your forehead here. Then it's kind of like almost a horizontal line, but it has a slight curve to it for this middle part. Let's see if you see it. And then it kind of flattens out here. It looks like a frowny line, but I created it using a series of short, straight strokes. We call that straight line construction. It's really going to capture the kind of chitin or what have you exoskeleton layer that they have around their body. And just like we did with this arm, we're going to do with the other arm. We're going to add shapes. We got a kind of like a triangle shape here for your forearm part. A little circle for the joint. And then we're just going to connect. And yes, I'm going to have to clean up that line. It looks like it's like I colored it in. It was not my intention. I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of see it better. Ah. A little circle for the ball joint. And the big oval for your pedipalp. The claw. I can tell I really like cartoons. And 2 curved triangles. There we go. Okay, so we got our little scorpion dude. And right here, this picture kind of shows where the pieces of the exoskeleton kind of come together. And I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you how to make those. So what I do here is I'm going to create kind of like an obtuse angle. And where I have that obtuse angle, when it starts to come at that point, I know that that's my shoulder joint for my little scorpion. And I'm going to kind of mimic the lines that I made for my legs by making a series of kind of stretched out angles. So I can kind of capture that armored look that I'm trying to get for my scorpions. Let's really kind of make it look like your scorpion has an actual spine. We're using directional line here. And using angles to kind of get that body to pop out.